Green Lake, Wisconsin. A picturesque town known for its serene landscapes and welcoming community, a place of tranquil beauty, where the calm waters reflect the sky and the trees whisper in the breeze. A place where people come to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life to find peace and relaxation. But for one family, this idyllic setting would become the backdrop for a nightmare that would haunt them forever. Ryan Borgwardt, a devoted husband and father of three, set out on his kayak on a sunny August morning, eager to enjoy the tranquility of the lake. He promised his wife he'd be back soon with a smile and a wave as he paddled away from the shore. But he never returned. His kayak was found drifting aimlessly, empty and abandoned. Days turned into weeks, and the search for Ryan became more desperate. Anxiety gripped the small community. Where was Ryan Borgwardt? What had happened to him on that fateful day? Had he met with an accident on the vast expanse of Green Lake? The search team scoured the waters tirelessly. The mystery deepened with every passing hour. Hope began to dwindle as the days grew longer and the nights colder. The discovery of Ryan's overturned kayak only intensified the mystery. What could have caused it to capsize? Personal belongings were scattered nearby, a life jacket, fishing gear, his cell phone. Clues that led to more questions than answers. But there was no sign of Ryan. Had he drowned in the depths of the lake, or had something else happened? Or was there something more sinister at play? The lake held its secrets tightly, leaving a family and a community in anguish. The disappearance of Ryan Borgwardt sent shockwaves through Green Lake. This quiet community, unaccustomed to such events, rallied together to find their missing neighbor. Volunteers joined forces with local law enforcement, determined to bring Ryan home. Day after day they scoured the shoreline, their faces etched with worry. Divers braved the murky depths, their searchlights cutting through the darkness. Sonar equipment scanned the lake bed, hoping for a sign, any sign of the missing kayaker. But Ryan Borgwardt remained elusive. The search expanded. Drones buzzed overhead, their cameras capturing aerial views of the lake and surrounding woods. Expert trackers searched for any trace of Ryan, their trained eyes missing nothing. The community refused to give up hope, but as days turned into weeks, a sense of despair began to set in. As the search dragged on, a sense of unease settled over the investigation. Despite the tireless efforts, no trace of Ryan Borgwardt was found. The lake, it seemed, held its secrets close. Whispers began to circulate. Had they overlooked something? Investigators pored over every detail of Ryan's life, searching for clues. Friends and family were questioned, their memories probed for any insight into his state of mind. Had Ryan been troubled? Depressed? Was there something in his past that could shed light on his disappearance? Financial records were scrutinized, phone records were analyzed, social media accounts were combed for any hint of what might have happened. And then, a breakthrough. A seemingly insignificant detail, easily overlooked, but one that would change everything. Ryan Borgwardt, it seemed, had not disappeared into thin air. He had left a trail. The trail led north, across the border into Canada, a place where Ryan Borgwardt thought he could vanish without a trace. Ryan Borgwardt, it turned out, had not vanished on that fateful kayaking trip as everyone believed. He had meticulously staged his own disappearance, leaving behind a scene that would mislead everyone. The discovery sent shockwaves through the investigation, turning the case on its head and leaving detectives scrambling for answers. How could someone, a seemingly ordinary man, a husband, a father, pull off such an elaborate ruse? The question baffled everyone who knew him. The answer, investigators would soon discover, lay in a web of deceit, carefully woven in the months leading up to his disappearance. A plan so intricate, it almost succeeded. Financial transactions revealed a pattern of suspicious activity, with money moving in ways that raised eyebrows. Large sums of money had been transferred to offshore accounts, hidden from prying eyes and authorities. A new life insurance policy, taken out just weeks before his disappearance, raised further red flags and deepened the mystery. And then there were the emails. Exchanges with a mysterious woman in Uzbekistan, hinting at a secret life. Ryan Borgwardt, it seemed, had been living a double life, one that was carefully hidden from his family and friends, a life that was now unraveling before everyone's eyes. The news of Ryan Borgwardt's deception hit the community of Green Lake like a bombshell. The serene town, known for its close-knit community and tranquil lake, was suddenly thrust into chaos. Disbelief quickly gave way to anger. Residents who had once shared warm greetings now found themselves in heated arguments, questioning how they could have been so easily fooled. They had poured their hearts and souls into finding him, only to discover they had been duped. The search efforts had been extensive, involving countless hours of planning and execution. The sense of betrayal was palpable. Friends and neighbors who had come together in a time of crisis now felt a deep sense of mistrust. The volunteers who had tirelessly searched for Ryan felt cheated. The resources expended, the time sacrificed, all for nothing. Many had taken time off work, sacrificing their personal lives to aid in the search. The emotional toll on the community was immeasurable. Vigils that were once held in hope turned into gatherings of sorrow and confusion. The man they thought they knew, the man who was a part of their community, the man they had rallied around, had shattered their trust. His smiling face in photos now seemed like a cruel joke. The investigation took a dramatic turn. What was once a desperate search for a missing person became a complex criminal case. No longer a missing persons case, it was now a criminal investigation. The local police had to shift their focus and resources. The FBI was called in, their expertise and resources brought to bear on uncovering the full extent of Ryan's deception. The small town was now under the scrutiny of federal agents. The FBI was called in, their resources brought to bear on uncovering the full extent of Ryan's deception. The small town was now under the scrutiny of federal agents. Their advanced technology and investigative techniques were now focused on piecing together the puzzle of Ryan's actions. The search for Ryan Borgwardt was far from over. The dense woods and vast lake that once symbolized peace now became the backdrop for a manhunt. But now, it was a manhunt. The community's hope for a safe return had turned into a relentless pursuit for justice. While the community grappled with feelings of betrayal, Ryan Borgwardt's family was left to deal with the devastating consequences of his actions. His wife, once living a nightmare, was now facing a different kind of horror. The realization that the man she loved had been living a lie. The weight of his betrayal fell heavily on her shoulders. The life they had built together, the future they had planned, all of it now lay in ruins. The emotional toll on her and their 3 children was unimaginable. In the aftermath of Ryan's deception, his wife faced not only the emotional turmoil, but also the scrutiny of a public hungry for answers. Was she complicit in his scheme? Had she known all along? The accusations, though unfounded, cut deep, adding to her pain. The search for Ryan Borgwardt continues, with authorities leaving no stone unturned. Authorities believe he may be hiding out in Eastern Europe, evading capture. His ill-gotten gains are funding his life on the run, allowing him to stay hidden. But for those he left behind, the scars of his betrayal run deep and painful. The idyllic community of Green Lake, once a place of peace and tranquility, has been forever changed by his actions. The trust shattered, the innocence lost. The case of Ryan Borgwardt stands as a stark reminder that even in the most tranquil of settings, darkness can lurk beneath the surface. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Ryan Borgwardt, you are urged to come forward and assist. Help bring closure to a community still reeling from his deceit and a family torn apart by his betrayal and lies.